Good afternoon, chat room. Hello, everyone. I don't know why the game doesn't have any background music. That's kind of weird. Let's try relaunching this game really quick. Put Big Yoshi's Lounge back on. But yes, hello, chat. Hi. One moment. Yeah, there's no music in the menu of this game, but whatever. Well, fine. I'm gonna leave Big Yoshi's Lounge on for a minute while I do our intro. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another stream. I am Mashed Potato Flow, aka Mashed, and we have our last weekend of Steam Next Fest demos to get through, starting with Titanium Court with an exclamation point by AP Thompson. Uh, I can't describe this game to you other than it looks cool. Uh, I believe it's a bit of an oddball kind of game. So I'm very excited to see what it has in store for us. I'm a big fan of the pixel art, and it was kind of a funny little trailer that we saw, so why not give it a shot? The colors and everything, I'm really going on pure vibes, I guess you could say. So if we look in our options really quick, just a few standard things, volume sliders, accessibility options is nice. You can turn pixel fonts or high res fonts. That's nice. Or hyper legible fonts. Now is that going to be like a sans serif font? Oh yeah. Now that's just a font. Oh no, thank you. In fact, I'm going old school. Reduce shaking. Nah. Oh, FPS counter. Let's get. Oh, we're good. We're locked at 60. Thank you, AP Thompson, for not trying to destroy my computer. And let's go ahead and begin. Let's go indeed. So, please begin. We'll figure out where to move chat later. A man steps onto the stage and taps a microphone. Good evening. Before we begin the game, there are a few announcements. First, due to the unexpected circumstances, the part of the player will be performed by an understudy. A couple of audible groans and one muffled boo erupt from the audience. Now, there's no need for that. This kid may not be a star yet, but I've seen her rehearse and I can guarantee you that she'll impress you. She may not have had time to memorize any of her lines, but, well, neither have any of you. The audience laughs. Ha 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 ha. Second, we'd like to warn you that this production features a significant amount of obscenity. But, before all the parents in the audience begin covering their children's ears, know this. This stage is enchanted, such that the obscenities can only be heard by those with sufficient enough emotional maturity to handle hearing them. Fantastic. And finally, the writing room would like to issue an apology for failing to complete the script before this performance. Things are going really well with this performance. They're working on it as I speak, so it's my pleasure to announce that tonight's performance is also a race. Who will win? The writers furiously working to finish the script, or the performers attempting to perform it? I can't answer that question, but I can announce that the race begins now. We hope you enjoy the game. Thanks. Ooh. Now, wait, I thought it was kind of like a puzzle game. Maybe it's not. Maybe it has puzzle parts. Where should you start? You were walking through the woods. No, I'm not doing any of this. When the world around you shattered. Ah! Ah! This was both alarming and inconvenient. Isolated on a lone stretch of ground, you were transfixed as the broken landscape began to rearrange itself. Like this. Your eyes followed trees and hills, collapsing in lines of three, as if the forest knew you were a knot becoming carefully untangled. You dared not move from your position as the ground beneath your feet quivered in anticipation of shattering further. So we can't move. Am I... So we have... Oh, the game's giving me a hint. Well, don't no, I was just observing, game. I was just observing. No, I'm not going to do that yet. So you can move your tiles in any kind of direction. Oh, look at that. Wait, what was that? Click and hold and match woods for wood. Slower to travel by foot and inflammable. Okay, I was going to say, are we making a path for our character? Of course, maybe he doesn't want to walk through the forest or go over a hill. Match for rocks? Very slow to travel on foot, not flammable. Or the field. Match for bread. Quick to travel by foot, but it's flammable. So, okay. This is pretty cool. Match for water. Impassable on foot, not flammable. So, you might, like, clear a path of plains and have your guy have a nice, safe path, but then what if it gets lit on fire, you know? Now the game's trying to help me out again. Now, hold on, game. Now, hold on. So we need to remove things from our path, right? So, like... So, water is impassable, which means... Yeah, maybe this suggestion that they did would be good. Is that going to clear... Oh, you can move diagonally, too. Is that going to clear this line of 4 and then this horizontal line of 3? It did. Oh, uh-oh. There can be chain reactions, of course. You've passed the time this way for who knows how long. Well, if we do this, then those planes can fall down, and now we should be able to move up. But maybe we won't move yet. Okay, now I love these kinds of games, but I feel like I have to warm my brain up on getting good at them, if that makes sense. So yeah, this should clear some stuff for us. Oh. Until the court slid into view. This is awesome. At first, you weren't sure that you could trust your eyes, but there it was, a great shining structure among the roiling landscape, something stable and enclosed, a shelter. You kept your eyes on it, hoping it would draw close enough that you might peer inside its windows. Now what happens if I move a piece and, like, no chain reactions happen? Oh. Surprisingly, the court appeared to be able to move freely through the broken landscape, disregarding lines of 3 as it approached your position. Okay, but... Okay, the game wants me to do that specifically. That's fine. I'll do that. No problem. But what happens if I move this one? Oh, I accidentally made a combo. What about this? This one definitely isn't making a combo. Okay, so you can't move unless it makes 3 or more. Okay. Well, I want to move this... I don't want to get rid of the planes. We like the planes. So, yeah, you move over there, and then there. Maybe we just move you all the way down. As it came near, the shattered landscape lurched. With little warning, the forest snapped back together as if someone had pulled the knot of reality tight once again. Except, now it wasn't the forest you knew. It was hardly even a forest. You stood, stretched, and began the hike towards the court. Whoa! AP Thompson presents... Okay. I don't get that. I don't know what that message was for. Later, while the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the halls of the court. Hoping to avoid any attention, you sought out a more isolated part of the hall. Also, now we have some of our currencies that we saw on that other screen, and yeah, we're maybe in the forest. We're not sure, apparently. Why don't we go ahead and move chat to the bottom left? Just to maybe get it out of the way a little bit. An empty table near an exit where no one would pay you much mind. A sound plan, except... The hall was soon overflowing with people, and your table was no exception. The young man seated to your right began engaging you in idle conversation. The weather, how you found the meal, the role of the individual in a society, how you preferred to make your bed, those sort of subjects. Eventually, he inquired about how you came to arrive at the court. Which answers my question quite thoroughly, while raising many more, he says as you conclude your tale. But forgive me, you haven't actually finished your story, have you? You admit there is a bit more, though you've yet to make sense of it. The people within the court were earnest, but odd. After your arrival, you attempted to get some answers about your whereabouts and the strange circumstances outside. Except, they spoke mostly in riddles and nonsense, didn't they? They did. Let's find out where you are. Okay. So there's like a puzzle aspect, but then there's like some exploring, just some straight up exploring. And apparently we're in maybe the entryway of the court, and we have a few different people that we can interact with. A man resting in the shade of a wall, a woman in a helmet doing her taxes at a picnic table, a pair in front of the blackboard discussing magic, or a small cat bathing in the sun atop the walls. The cat. Ah, I love the art style. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's like not your traditional pixel art kind of style in the sense that there's lots of dithering and blah blah blah. It's very mm, it's kind of a rougher style in that way, but it's not a bad thing at all. I kind of already noticed, just on the lines on the drapes here, they're very uneven. Um, but it's clearly a stylistic choice. So set the small cat, meow. Ah, your questions are numerous but inconsequential, for they miss the current crisis. Meow. What crisis? Why, the crisis wherein my dinner is late. That is a crisis. Meow. It is so late, in fact, that I'm not certain the concept of dinner isn't something I invented in desperation of hunger. Wow! All other societal issues are mere trivialities in comparison to my plight. And then a nice purr. Please, stranger, might you fill my bowl, thus ending this ravenous standoff. Uh, a woman behind you laughed. Oh, don't listen to him. He's been fed twice already. Oh, you sneaky. Next, you... Hold on. Are you seriously going to tell me about every individual conversation you had in excruciating detail? Uh, yeah. Yes, you are. Because if he lets you proceed uninterrupted, he'll learn that many of these people played a part in what happened next. Okay, so this is part of the story we're telling the guy at the dinner. Although I thought this happened after the dinner. Fine, fine. Don't worry, guy at the dinner. I'm also slightly lost in the story. Let's go back and talk to the man resting in the shade on the wall. We're really making my guy walk around. Said the man, whoa, pal. Before you ask me any questions, you gotta know my deal. My deal is that I can only answer questions you haven't asked. So, as to where we are, no can do. Sorry, can't tell ya. But what are we doing? Oh man. We're a court of fairies on a quest to find our missing queen. He looked to both sides and then said, "So let me know if you see her. Just don't ask me where she is." That gives me more mysteries than answers. A woman in the helmet doing her taxes at the picnic table. Oh, and she has a clipboard. I don't know what time period we're in. It doesn't seem wholly medieval, but there are courts and great feasts and halls and magic and etc. Said the woman, I would love to tell you where we are, friend, but I haven't even figured out where we aren't. She gestured at the stack of maps on the table behind her. We're not in any of those places. Or at least we weren't. Who knows if that's true now that the tide has come in. You attempted another tactic, hoping to glean some information. Perhaps she could at least tell you the name of this place. Oh, well, we just call it the court. Its full name is the Court of... I forget. Something like the Court of Aluminum, but it starts with the T? The Court of Tungsten? I don't know. Maybe. I'm new here and I'm bad with names, but I at least give you mine. I'm Robin. She held out her hand, which you shook as you introduced yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should try to sort out this before the tide settles again. Don't know what that means, but let's go talk to those knights discussing magic. There appeared to be a seminar of some sort taking place in the courtyard. A seminar on magic, if you understood the text on the blackboard correctly. So, okay, you take a metaphor, and then you stretch it really thin, right? Right. Like really thin. So thin you forget its original purpose. Then you inflate it. Right, just inflate the metaphor. I prefer to use my lungs for that. Then, as it's inflating, you twist like, hang on, like so. You still following? I think so. And, hold on. Ta-da! There, now it resembles a dog, a delight for children and such. Ah, okay, so what happened to the metaphor? It's a lovely little balloon dog now. I see. Wow, I can't, in all of my years of doing digital design work, I can't really think of that many times where left and right aligned text can exist in a singular text box and not look like garbage. But this works nicely. They seemed a bit busy, so you left them to it. And now we can go, I guess, outside. What did the outside of the court look like from atop the walls? Also, I'm scared that the game is supposed to have music, but I mean, definitely not, right? Oh, okay. The music is working, and there just isn't any. Nice drum solo, by the way. Finding no immediate answers inside the court, you moved to the top of the walls and looked outward. Oh, that's the top of the walls. Perhaps there was something you could see from this vantage point that would shed more light on your situation. To the contrary, conditions outside the walls were even stranger than they were at the time of your arrival. The rest of the shattered landscape had now melted away. The court stood alone, amid a void. But not for long. Like a rush of water, new surroundings began to surround. Uh-oh. Much of the new topography was familiar to you. You could identify fields and water, woods and hills. But there was something else to see. A menacing group of other courts were also part of the landscape. You were not alone in noticing these courts. Someone shouted, "The war! The war! The war is here!" Someone else, "That can't be! Puck said no more wars until we find the queen." Then perhaps we should explain that to them. Surrounded by the enemy on all sides, bereft of an obvious course of action, the people of the court began to pray. A man stepped forward and offered the first prayer. "I genuinely wish no harm upon our enemy. I merely pray that they would fade into obscurity." Am I God? Wow, I didn't expect that to work, but thanks. The woman named Ramen offered the next prayer. My notes are quite clear on this. Prayer does not work. Our time is much better spent steering the court. Remember that their soldiers cannot cross water. We should try to take shelter behind the moat until the tide comes in. Wait, I don't want to do that. If I do that, then I'm going to be in danger, right? Do I have to do that? I think I do. There. Now that the river protects us from nearly half the field, but we're right beside someone. Hills should also slow their advance. So for my next prayer, but the next prayer did not belong to Robin. The next prayer belonged to the cat. Meow. So as long as we're making demands of God, then my wish, as ever, is to be fed. There's some bread. Psst, hey. You probably didn't notice, but something just happened over here. I did. Come on, game. What happened is, by matching fields, the court has acquired more food. Similarly, other parts of the battlefield can be matched to earn water, wood, or rocks. None of those fairies in court will tell you this. Their religion forbids them from acknowledging the existence of the user interface. But I'm a secular tooltip. I fear no god. I will do my best to provide you with this vital information. That's awesome. You're welcome. Thanks. Yes, more of that, please. You want more food? Uh-oh. My water! Robin then bemoaned the loss of the moat, and we face even more of the enemy than before. Why must I bother? The scholars at the blackboard now chimed in. We've identified the most strategically sound location, this spot right here. If we should just steer over there carefully, we should be fine, sitting pretty. Oh, up there? But Robin interjected, "Stop! Look at the clock! It's almost low tide. We have time left for only one more move." Where's the clock? Hello again. So the clock and the time left, Robin alludes, is in fact this unassuming progress bar on the edge of your vision. Oh, this? Is this the progress? Is that how much time I have left? Much like life, every move you make will deplete some of your remaining time. If we only have one prayer left, then what do you suggest we ask for? Sigh, we might as well pray for a miracle. Like a big combo? Well, that's a start. Apologies, but another explanation from me. Your humble tooltip is in order. The previous move chained multiple matches together. Because of this, you've earned some bonus time. For the fairies of the court, this might as well be a miracle. Is there any chance we could do that again, whatever that was? But there was no such chance. The next prayer would be the last one. Incidentally, the next prayer also belonged to you. Unsure of what any of this really meant, you imitated the people around you and made a pointless decision. A pointless decision? Now, I think the game's trying to tell me it doesn't really matter what I do here. But, like, I would like to maybe do something good. How about... Wait, I want to go diagonal. Oh, you can even see the thing being drained when I hover over a spot. You can see how much it's going to take out of your time. That's cool. Yeah, this is kind of hard to get a match with. Anywhere that seems useful. So, we'll just go ahead and make our move. Let's just move one of these away and put water between us. That seems like a not bad idea. Oh. Oh, wait, you have to match. That's right. This is tough. Okay, well, I don't see any move that seems to be better than another. So we'll get rid of these woods and bring some water down. Oh, oops, I got rid of the water. Uh-oh. The battlefield snapped together as the court snapped to attention. Places, everyone! Windows were shattered, doors were slammed, large swaths of people emerged from further inside and formed a line near the gates. Also, we gotta turn up the music. I was hoping not to hear the drums, but there we go. A tap on your shoulder. Actually, sorry, that might be a little. That might just. Let's try that. A tap on your shoulder, one from the scholars. We could use some help in the dressing room if you have a free hand. Along with the scholars introduced to you as Hop and Skip, you sorted through the large pile of costumes, props, and weapons. Check the tag on that, would you? Make sure I put it together properly. Click and hold. Farmer, working fairy, gathers foods from fields. If it looks correct, please feel free to hand it out. You handed the bundle of farmer's apparel to the first person in line. Unperturbed by the idea of harvesting wheat in the middle of a battle, they whistled as they marched out of the front gate. Now do it again and deploy another farmer. Now see if this one fits anybody. Soldier, offensive fairy, attacks the enemy. And they each cost a certain amount of currencies to use. So it's both a puzzle matching game, and a resource management game, and just a very interesting, surreal kind of story game. So you handled a bundle of armor and weapons to the next person. Like, by the way, this is how you do a tutorial in a game without making me feel like I'm a complete idiot and just reading a bunch of paragraphs of how to do stuff. It's a part of the game. She tested the weight of a weapon in her hand. I haven't received any training, so I'm just planning to hit anything that doesn't belong to us. After this minimal protection, the scholars considered their work finished. I'd place our chances of survival somewhere near abysmal, but I'm afraid this is the best we can do. A small mercy, at least, that the Queen isn't here to witness this. And so you waited with the others for the battle to commence. Oh, I must pester you one more time before I take my leave. Observe! This is the undo button. Use it to change your mind as many times as you wish before starting the battle. However, the official editorial position of this tooltip is that you are liable to lose no matter how many times you change your mind presently. When you are ready to lose, press the play button to proceed to the battle. Now I will leave you in peace. But, should you ever desire the company of your little tooltip, all you need to do is click and hold over any button or tile, and I'll do my best to explain it to you. Okay, what's this? Monarch, offensive job, turns property damage into profit. Earns money whenever you destroy castles. Oh wait, is this money? No, it's a stone. Absorbs impacts, losses, and eons. Nice description. Pulls minds and concepts through the veil. Food makes bodies tall and strong. Wood, fashioned into a club with which you may speak softly. Oh, and that's money. Immortal magic, power sustained by collective hallucination. Now, I'm just having fun reading the tooltips because they have more interesting text than just like, this is money. A vital resource easily neglected. When depleted, you lose the war. Can I hire another soldier? Oops, wait. Oh, I don't have enough coins. I mean, rocks. Okay, well then, I think they said we're gonna lose this battle, so... Commence the battle? Yeah. That's when they appear. And they all come right towards me. No! My castle! Oh! Oh, what? Sports pictures. Okay. And then, sometime later, as the sun hovered over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. The man to your right is beside himself with laughter. Okay, so our court, caught off guard by a sudden war, stumbled behind enemy lines, made a token attempt at resistance, and was summarily toppled. Do I have that right? Yeah, that does appear to be an accurate summary. Well then, I'm certainly glad I slept through that. Ha! As you look through your surroundings, a switch flips in your mind. Your own story makes little sense, now that you think on it. How did you... Your companion pats your arm. Don't worry about it. If our court couldn't withstand physical destruction, we wouldn't last 5 minutes within the pull of the tide. But enough of that, it's about time I made some introductions. As you've narrowly avoided learning, this place is called the Titanium Court. Meanwhile, I have the honor of being the steward of the court. My name is Puck, although my lovers and enemies call me Goodfellow. I am chief advisor and friend eternal to our fair queen. As fancy as that sounds, in practice it means he's unemployed. One of the scholars, a man named Hop, has approached your table. He appears to have had a drink or two, or 4. He pulls up a seat between the two of you and assumes a jovial posture. Guess the queen stood us up, eh, Goodfellow? Lucky for her, I'd say. I'd skip town too if I knew what a sorry showing the court would make. But on that plus, we can continue draining her wine cellar. Now, are you going to help me with that, Goodfellow, or are you just going to stare at me? I don't mind either way. Puck, staring at the scholar, mouth agape, slowly inhales and pinches his nose. What fools these! How drunk are you, Hop? The queen is right here! I've been speaking to her for the entire feast. Am I the queen? An excited hush falls over the hall. Hop blinks and looks at you, looks at Puck, turns bright red. I see it now. That calls for her Majesty's finest vintage. I'll be right back. As Hop makes a quick exit, you look steadily at Puck and shake your head. There's no use denying it now. Not after what you told, the tale you told me. If you'd like more proof, just take a look at where you're seated. You slowly take in your surroundings. Very nice. Oh, this is a big feast. Puck smiles. Now, if I may conclude my introductions, let me introduce the court to your majesty, and likewise. He stands up and addresses the entire hall as he says, "Long absent, the queen of the Titanium Court, always a stranger, has arrived. Cheers erupt, and dessert is served. Hooray! Woohoo!" This game's got some nice personality. It's really, oh man, it's like, it's so good. The music kicks in. I'm loving it. It's like, well, it's very satisfying. I can't really think of what it's like. To your left, Pop returned with an armful of glasses and bottles. And about time, too, good fellow. Did you tell her about the war yet? Titanium Court! Chapter 1. A place beloved only of clowns and criminals. And then, just a short while after the feast, the court returns to war. What was that? That was too fast. You're in charge of the war now, your majesty. And you should be fine. Just remember everything we've taught you about magical warfare. Blinking slowly, you remind them that at this exact moment they've taught you roughly nothing about magical warfare. Ah, good. She remembers quite clearly. Oh, okay, it's very funny. High tide. When the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. So that's what we're in right now, I think. Inspect my available units or consult the ever-changing map. Or I can move things around. Okay. So yeah, I can look at my units. So you can, I guess you place units. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure when to place units. Let's look at putting a farmer down right now. Oh, I can't. Maybe that comes after you move some things around. So, wait, if we get money when we destroy a castle, then we don't want to clear out all of the castles, right? Oh. And wait, this is my ever-changing map? I'm not sure what I'm looking at. And there's some different icons there, and some saves, and pumpkins, and people, and a bird cage, and a signpost? You don't know what any of this means! Good. I'm glad that, I'm glad that I'm not supposed to know what any of it means. So, well, let's get rid of some of the castles, like... Let's get rid of some of the castles while also thinking about what we need. So we need some wheat, and wood, and rocks. Oh, okay, this would be a good one. Boom. So we got some stuff there. We can move here to get rid of some of these castles. And we would maybe want to protect ourselves with water. Now, you can move the court wherever, but it's still going to cost progress, or whatever that bar is called. Well, I'm not sure how many soldiers we should go for, but if we do this... Let's see. Wheat is the thing that costs the most, but then a farmer will also get you some wheat, right? Gathers food from that, or wait, gathers it from fields. Oh, what's this? Stump. A seat announcing new beginnings. The soapbox of the natural world. That's wonderful, but I don't know what that means. Well, there's actually not that many moves I can make. Maybe we'll do this to get a little bit more water. Then we can have 2 farmers. That should get us some more water. I mean, more food. Which is the thing you need the most of. But if you match the food, you also get some food. Match the fields, you also get food, I should say. So maybe I'll just try to get 2 soldiers. I'm not sure when I get the food from my farmer. Yeah, I can't actually hire anyone right now. There's a lot of castles below us, but this is the only one with a person in it, right? This one. That would get us more wood, which we need 1. So we have 2 wood and 2 stone, which means we need 6 bread. Not really seeing an easy way to get bread. Food. The same thing. But if I do this... No. Oh, okay, I could either go this way, or we could go... So actually, wait, that does kind of... I don't know, are people going to attack me from all these fortresses, or is it just this one guy? It might just be the one guy. Also, I thought you could move diagonally. Maybe only the court can move diagonally? No? Maybe you can't move diagonally. Maybe you can only move diagonally when it actually makes something? No, but I would be able to move diagonally that way, and I can't do that. Hold on, I'm thinking. I have an idea. So here... Ah, no, that's wrong. That was wrong. My undo button. No, you can't do it like how I was... You can't undo it like that. No! I was trying to get it so I could get rid of these 3 castles with this one, but I predicted it wrong. Oh man, this is tough. Maybe I need to just go for it, I guess. Well, let's try to keep our resources a little balanced then in that case. So rock here. Oh. Now that was good. And I think that probably gave us a little bit of progress back. So now I could actually move that here. Now wait. Let's look at the map. Let's study the map. If I get rid of those 3, then I might be able to get rid of the castle. So now he's there. But what if I go like this? He's just gone. So we're not going to get attacked anymore? So we could move that field there. If we move too many fields, then we won't have any for our farmers. I guess we have to just kind of see what's going to happen, I think. So then I can get rid of more castles on the left. I'm kind of surrounded decently well, except for these guys right here. These. Here? And I got some progress. Oh, jeez! And now I can do here, get rid of those castles. Okay. Oh, I spawned in. There's a new guy now. Oh no. Also, there's more castles now. Okay, that... Oh, wait. Alright. The map is settled. Low tide. So there's high tide and low tide. Am I on a timer? Oh, okay, no. So, your battle preparations. One farmer. Oh, wait, okay. Let's undo that. So, we lose one water, but we don't get food right away. But I can summon 2 soldiers, and... You know, we're missing food, and if one soldier gets 1 food, and we have 2... Maybe 1 more? Let's see what happens to our 3 guys. Are they going to split up? Or they go to the same field, or what? Commence the battle? Yeah. So, yeah, they all go to the same field. They actually have to take it back, too. We got a home run. So they have sports photos that pop up whenever, like, in the battle. I love that. On paper, that sounds like it wouldn't match at all. A Jenga block? It's just games. Maybe it's just games. So does a field ever run out of material? Also, 2 soldiers. 2 soldiers did pretty good work on those castles. But we need a lot more. Well, having now achieved some kind of victory in the war, you wonder if someone in the home court might be able to help you return home. It would be our pleasure if you could show us the way. I can't. Also, that was only 1 battle. There are many more to come if my notes are to be trusted. Okay, well, if you understand this map correctly, even if it is a map, if it even is a map, there appears to be some sort of signage just ahead. Perhaps you can reach those signs. If you can reach those signs, you'll be able... Sorry. Perhaps if you can reach those signs, you'll learn more about where you actually are, along with how to get home. And how to reach them. We need merely be swept forward by the tide as we have been all along. Convenient. So some stuff just happened. High tide. Okay. Okay, we're ready for another round. I'm excited because I was like, I hope I get to do this a few times. Because now I'm just starting to feel like I understand what's happening. So we have a ton of food now, which is good because it's cost 3 times as much food as it does everything else. So maybe we will... Right, this is making sense in my mind now. If we try to save the fields, so that way we can have more farmers do stuff, and make even more food for the next turn, which means we need to try to focus on getting rid of water, because that's going to get us more food, but it's also our defense against some of these other things. Okay. And I guess depending on, I'll call them different rounds, throughout different rounds, between high tides and low tides, how you treat certain tiles might change based on what you need. So it's my turn to move some stuff around. And if we get rid of this, we'll have at least a little chain reaction. Okay, maybe you should always try to get at least 1 chain reaction. Now again, we were thinking we want what? What did I just say? We want to get rid of water, and we want to keep fields, I think. While also getting rid of some stuff. There seems to be a lot of hills. I feel like I got a combo here if I can just think about it. So there would be one. These would fall down, and we would get a combo there. That would get rid of those ones as well. Or we could go here. Oh, a safe. Storage unit. It looks a lot like the one you've rented in the past. Okay, but there's not other ones around it, so I'm guessing you can't open it yet. Let's do what I said here. If we do here, or no. We do... It has to be like this. Okay, so just one combo is not enough to make up from the loss. Which makes sense. That would be a little too easy then. Move that there. No more combos there, but then we can move this guy down and get rid of 3 soldiers. This is really fun. Even though I think it would be more fun if I was actually good at this and I could be like do. But we're learning, we're learning. So let's see. We could get rid of some hills there. Now resource-wise, yeah, we should get rid of some more water. I'd like to try to get the safe. So yeah, some water there. Oh god. Okay. Stuff happened. Some stuff happened. We could do a double there, but then we're getting rid of some fields, which would rather not. I'd rather keep those 3 fields right there. I could do this and get rid of those 3 but we want some castles around us. Here's a whole bunch of water. If we did this, then we'll get a water combo. And wow, we have a lot of resources now, actually. Lots of fields are available, very nice. We could do this and get rid of some forest and people. And move some fields down. Okay, yeah. Now we have a lot of fields. Less water. Okay, we don't need this many fields, I don't think. In fact, we need some more stone. We have some now. We could get there. Or... No, I think you want to try to combo lower on the board to try to shuffle things around a bit more. So... Stone there, but no, wait. Actually, yeah, stone there. And then we could do water there. And more water here. Not comboing as much as I was earlier. Now that castle is like right beside of us. The castle with soldiers. Actually, there's more soldiers again. If I did this, we could combo and get rocks and food. But let's keep thinking here. This... How many soldiers can I make with this? So we had 3 soldiers. They killed like 2 castles before. The limiting factor is the food, but it could be, we could get up to 10 soldiers that would need 30 food. How much does one thing give you? Just one, maybe? That goes down, and that's no more combos there. That actually won't work. Here? That's a good amount of food, and then we will combo with the rocks. Oh, shit. Wait, no, it's not, because it was gonna fall vertically. No, I'm an idiot. Get this water. Okay, so that was 7, 8, 9 water. Maybe because it was a row of 3 plus 1 for 4, and then when it's that, you get plus 1 for each one? I'm not sure. We could move that up and get rid of some of these castles. There's a lot of castles that I'm scared of. And we need some more food. And... Still need more food, but... Yeah, so the farmers, when they're generating food, it's really for your next turn, if that makes sense. We could do that and do some water and rocks. Oh my. I don't know about that castle off to the side, but I don't think there's much I can do about it. I don't want my guys to travel all the way over there. I'd rather them just, yeah, get these castles right around the beginning. Water over there, that would drop that castle down, then I could get rid of some above us. Yeah, there's a little too many. I'm a little nervous about all the castles. And then... let's see, we have a lot more food, so we should try to get some hills if we can. Oh, that was my last turn. Okay, well, take a look inside the storage unit. Yeah. You're quite curious about what you might find inside the storage unit, but it's locked. Nice one, game. You got me. All right, you got me. Well, since water is only used for farmers, and we need a whole lot more food than we do of any other resource, we might as well make a, you know, like a bunch of farmers. Let's save some, just in case, I don't know, something bad happens to some of them. And then as many soldiers as we can make, I guess. So they must deploy in a certain order. That's indicated by all the stacking guys, and so I'm gonna have some soldiers coming out before this guy appears. I think that's probably good. You know what? I'm just going in on as many soldiers as I can, because you get money for destroying keeps. I just realized I don't know what money's for, but I'm sure it's good. You know, there's so many, just more farmers. After that, more farmers. Let's see what happens. Go. So my farmers are spawning as the progress bar is going down. I guess, oh no, you would want your farmers to be first because they're kind of like on a timer for how much wheat they can give. Slam dunk! Alright, there's an enemy troop. I see him. Now are my guys gonna respond? No, they went to attack me, actually. Now see, I just lost 4 of my soldiers going to the bottom left of the map. They're never gonna make it to the other side before time runs out. Okay, and then our map has changed some. I don't get what that was at all. And we're right into the next level. Pretty cool. So, a whole lot more soldiers, but we have a ton of food. And we need wood and rocks, so no problem. Let's focus on wood and rocks and maybe some water, I guess. Let's get rid of those guys. And then move. Actually, maybe you... I'm not sure where you'd want your court to be. The middle would be good for them to more evenly go after what's around the board, but you're also in more danger, I guess. Here? And then... there? Oh, I don't know about that. And then here, I'm making the board a bit safer. Now there's actually only one enemy soldier. There's only one castle on the board now. Oh, a pumpkin. What? I don't know what that word is. Pareidolic? It means... Wait, pareidolia is the psychological phenomenon of perceiving familiar patterns in ambiguous stimuli like clouds. So it's seeing faces in things that aren't meant to be faces. Is that right? Seems so. So I don't know what we do with that pumpkin. I'm gonna leave it alone. Feels like there's good combo potential on the board right now, but I wonder where. Here could be a good start, and that's also gonna combo with some fields. That actually brought it back up farther than it was before. Now, don't do that one. Again, we need some water, rocks, and wood. Rocks and wood. Here? No. Oh, also not great. There and there's combo. This would make the castles fall down closest to us, and then we could get rid of them off the board. I'm gonna do that because I'm just nervous about all the castles around me. Okay, now they're all on the right side. Could add some water. We can pull them down a little bit. No, this is gonna be my last turn. Well, that's no good. Water there, and then we combo with some food, but we really need 2 more rocks and 2 more forests. Well, there's a rock. And that would drop my base down some. I don't know if that helps or not. Oh yeah, water's impassable, so let's remember that. And hills take a long time. So that means the fields that my farmers are going to go to are like to the left, maybe? Or maybe they would just go to the one top right? How many farmers can fit on one field tile, I wonder? Actually, these people in this castle, they can't even reach me, I just realized. And I do actually want to get to them. So I get rid of that water. It moved them down a little bit, but this one feels worse than the last board. Oops. Soldiers first. And last time we got rid of a few, I think we probably can get all of the castles this time, because they're all in the same direction. So, there we go. 8 soldiers and 4 farmers. Let's try that. So they come out right away and start hitting the castle, and it dies pretty quick. It's gone. Are they smart enough to split up? Kind of. So that one guy spawned, but he's getting promptly destroyed. Farmers are getting the fields. Hey, wait. Oh, it can't reach it, so they can't move diagonally. Okay, okay. Well, that was pretty good. Not bad. So now what happens? We got rid of the fields, and we moved up, and now we're at the signpost. A menacing bird cage suddenly appears in front of the court. Your Majesty, I have notes on this foe. Let me know if you'd like to see them. I would. A foe? Like a boss? Birdcage, a well-defended fortress, creates a moat at the start of each battle. Robin has notes on the birdcage, on how the birdcage behaves in battle. Okay, right. Here's what my notes say. First, at the start of low tide, the birdcage will flood its surroundings with water. Following that, the birdcage will attack the court with birds. Finding it may prove tricky. If it's always surrounded by water, the court's soldiers will be unable to reach it. You agree. You wonder if there's another approach the court could take. Either way, you thank Robin for the information. And then, wait, aren't some of those enemy courts empty? You notice the subtle difference between some of the enemy courts on the battlefield. While many of the enemy courts have soldiers prominently stationed outside their gates, there are plenty of them that appear to be completely empty. You think that you can maybe assume that those empty will not attack the court during the coming battle. Yes, you can assume that. Additionally, you can see when soldiers will attack the court here on the timeline. Even soldiers might be no threat if you deal with their courts before they attack. Right, whether that's clearing them off the board or beating them up before they spawn. So, yeah. I got you, game. I got you. I'm on the same page. And, oh, I might have used too many soldiers last time, because we have no wood and no stone at all, which is bad. That's bad. That's bad. 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 So how are we gonna do the bird cage? If it surrounds itself by water at the beginning. Oh, is it that you have some water surrounding it, so when it turns to water tiles, it becomes a 3x3? Or no, it says creates a moat at the start of each battle. So you can move the bird cage. So either it's like I have to move my court to be right beside of it, which sounds like it could be like an instant game over because I got flooded or something, or yeah, you try to combo it ahead of time. I'm not sure. Because it's not like there's a tile that's like does not get flooded or something. But let's start with this forest there, and then those hills will fall. Don't think we need to worry about food at all for now. Wait, there's a bird already. I wonder if more bird cages are going to appear. So we can move that court over. That would get rid of the people in front of us, which could be nice. Then the food's going to fall. Your Majesty, look! There's a chest resting on that patch of land. We should be able to recover its contents as long as it remains in sight until low tide. Nice. So it just opens if it's on the field. You don't actually have to go and get it. Also, we're surrounded by water. But I'm guessing that the birds, the fairies or the birds, I can't remember, they can just reach us anyway. So we also don't really want to be surrounded by water, because that means our soldiers can't do stuff. Yeah, get rid of some of that. Ooh. And then wow, there's a lot of birds that are gonna spawn right away. So if it surrounds it by water, then like this water tile should clear it some, and so should this one, maybe. If it doesn't work that way, I have no idea how I'm supposed to outplay the bird cage. You can move that there. Then this year, and that's going to get rid of the hills too. There are 2 chests to open now. Hooray! That's a lot of birds. You better stop. What the heck? Oh no, if I do this, then the grain's gonna fall, and it's gonna get rid of my treasure chest. Well, we need more wood anyway. Oh. That's a lot of castles to the north. Oh. I have surrounded myself with castles. Ah, fuck. If I do that, it's gonna get rid of my treasure chest. Get those castles out of here. My chest! No! No! Uh-oh. This one's not going well. Ah, I could get rid of all the castles if I sacrifice my chest. Alright, get it out of here. There's a new chest though. That would kill the new chest. That sucks. You know, maybe we don't have to destroy the bird cage. Maybe we just need to have enough soldiers to defend ourselves from the bird cage. That's my new plan, because I feel like I cannot figure out a path to the base. I can get rid of all that food and water here. But no, we need water on the right side to maybe do some kind of combo. That looks good. Now there's some more water. Yeah, so now there's water on top of them, below them, and to the left of them when they surround these tiles with water to maybe do something. Or it's going to screw me over completely. I have no idea. So we have water in front of us. There's people down below us. I think I need to get rid of some of this water on our side. And ideally get rid of the castles above us or below us, but we are running out of moves. That would be a good combo, but get rid of our rocks, the rocks, wheat, and the water here. I feel like now my brain is warmed up to how the game plays. Now I'm starting to see some patterns and whatnot. It feels pretty nice. But I'm sure I always also feel like I'm constantly just missing one really good option to do. We could do this to get rid of some of these castles to the south. That'll also combo some wheat. It's going to move our water down a little, but it won't get rid of it. Nope, it got rid of some of it at the top. No, my water! So, rock. That would give us some more wood. Yes. And I still have another turn. I'm running low on turns. There's 3 chests on the field, though. Woohoo! I lost my water at the top. I think we gotta pray that more water spawns. It didn't! Uh-oh. As low tide begins, the birdcage surrounds itself with a moat. So, if I'm understanding this right, at the very least, there should be 3 rows of water here that are gonna get destroyed. It didn't. I misunderstood it completely. I don't understand how it works at all. Let's open the chest, though. Chest, save me! Wait, a selection of goods are good for the taking. So you can take them all. Or, oh, it's if you want to sell certain ones or maybe sell them all. Wait a second. A gunboat, an offensive rock, attacks enemies via water, a bird, unhindered by terrain, or sidestep, a working spell, move it in any direction so as long as it's horizontal. Well, we should just get all of these, right? I think we should get them all. Get all. So now we have a bunch more units, but oops. So the gunboat attacks the enemy via water, but does he like? How does that work? Is he gonna go to this water tile and hang out there? Does he have a range or something? And the sidestep. Oh. Ah. So we could sidestep all the way over right beside the birdcage. Don't do that though, because then all of them, that's too many dudes. Well, let's summon as many soldiers as we can. Oops. Hold on. I was getting the undo buttons confused. So the fairies are going to attack us first. So let's get some gunboats, I guess. It costs 2. Uh-oh. That's only 3 soldiers. I don't think that's enough. How many soldiers can I get? 4 soldiers and 1 gunboat. Okay, let's just deploy the soldiers first. Oh, wait, and 1 ferry, because we can afford it. But then the rest are farmers. Oh my god, we're so gonna lose. Alright. So my soldiers aren't gonna be able to reach the ferries. I don't know what the gunboat's gonna do at all. Like, can they only travel through water? Is he gonna go right here and be stuck? What's gonna happen? So he's going, the gunboat's going, and he plopped down in the water. Oh, uh-oh. Wait, I need you guys to attack the... Wait, the fairies! Stop them, stop them! My soldiers have come back down. My gunboat's completely useless. Oh, he's helping? I think we did it. We lost some farmers, and all of my soldiers, actually. But the gunboat, maybe they couldn't reach them? No! The court got attacked once! But now, we move up and we're at the signpost. Having escaped the birdcage, the court now arrives at its initial destination. Taking a spyglass to the top of the walls, you see if the sign ahead can give you any clues or directions. Dead end. Oh, I know this one. This is a memento mori. I heard they're popular among mortals. This one is quite simple. Even if unrefined, it says dead end. So any mortal who reads it can remember exactly what awaits for them at the end. In case they forgot, precisely. Okay, well, where you're from, this sign generally means that you can't proceed any further. As you say this, a gasp. Her Majesty is right! The court is not facing forward. We've been letting the tide carry us backwards ever since the feast. Okay, well in that case, how should we go about correcting that misalignment? The cat responds to this question by falling asleep on your lap. The beast is right. A good night's sleep should return the court to its default state. And so the court decides to retire early for the day. Oh. With time and repetition comes comfort. You feel your maximum level of comfort increase to 1. Okay. On the next morning, you awake in a strange bed. This bed is strange, not just because it's not your usual bed, but because it's also not the bed that you fell asleep in. Puck told you that any room within the court might be the queen's, so you parted with him at the first room you found that wasn't already occupied. A small chamber beneath the staircase, a twin-sized bed neighbored by a nightstand and lamp, a small desk in the corner. No windows. I love the room. Meanwhile, the bed you awaken is queen-sized and contained within a spacious chamber that opens to a balcony. I love how they reveal stuff like that, too. Look, wait, it's so good. It was a 2D room from an aerial perspective, and then it just, by extending the box, it's now become a 3D building. You know, it's awesome. The balcony overlooks the courtyard of your new home. You appear to be roughly 5 stories above the ground. I can keep playing? Hooray, please don't end the demo. This is one that I want to keep playing. Your bed chambers. What should you do here? I can explore, or I can take stock of my possessions. That is a big bed. You look over scant possessions that were on your person when you arrived in the court. Everything appears to be where you left it, with one irritating exception. Somewhere between your arrival and now, you've managed to misplace your keys. In any way, you suppose you also managed to misplace the locks those keys are intended for. A mystery, admittedly, of much greater concern to you than the missing keys. The court seems to have healed itself as well. But let's leave. And within the courtyard, we can return to our office, investigate the dining hall, or... Wait, there's a man named Puck. You have a lot to say to him. Why is this new? To return to my office? Isn't that where I just was? Oh, no, it wasn't. That was my bedroom that I was in before. So we can go to war, look out the window, or consult the ever-changing map. Let's look at the map. So... Oh, I can select stuff here. Okay, so there's like... Well, actually, I'm a little confused by some of that then. But... So this is like... the world map, I guess you could say. Like the... I guess this game is like a roguelike, so... You're going to advance through this and get to these signposts and then continue. And maybe there's stores, maybe there's things that are going to affect the battlefield. Like maybe some of these battlefields have more fields, forests, or water on them than others, I guess. Look out the window? Yeah. There's some dogs chasing frisbees in the courtyard just outside of frame. This game is awesome. Whoever art directed this game, my hat's off to you. Neat! Go to war? Not yet. Explore the court. Yeah, so let's go to the dining hall. I also love that it's not just like an instant transition. My character is actively doing stuff. It just adds to the immersion, even if my character is represented by literally like 10 colored blocks. Grab some breakfast? Yeah. In the light of day, the feasting hall more closely resembles a common dining area. You collect some breakfast from a buffet, then seek a table. You'd prefer to sit somewhere out of the way near an exit, ideally hidden. You sit in the most nondescript location you can find, a corner near a trash bin. But before you finish a bite, a whole host of fairy courtiers arrive with their meals and sit with you. They make idle conversation and a few attempts at answering your myriad of questions, none of which are successful. As soon as you complete your meal, you idly note that your table is now the most lively and boisterous within the hall. You also note, idly, that despite his assurances that he would answer all your questions, the man named Puck remains nowhere to be seen. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. You got 10 pieces of food. That's actually big. Let's go talk to Puck. The man named Puck is just across the courtyard. Perfect. You have many things you wish to ask him. Yet as you draw near, he quickly exits the scene. You might be imagining it, but he appeared to retreat the moment he saw your approach. Let's go back to the office then. And... it's getting late. You should see to the business of the day. Okay, well then let's go to war. After breakfast, the court goes to war. And as you ready yourself, a question. Your Majesty, is the intensity of the war to your liking? If not, please adjust the thermostat. The thermostat? Maybe make things a little comfier, or a little easier on yourself. Current comfort, 0 out of 1. So, okay, so this is your... so maybe it's a rogue light. Maybe you keep your comfort level over playthroughs and then can get more things to make it easier? I'm not sure. With her calculator returned to her, Robin can give you a detailed analysis of the battlefield. Increase the market transaction limit by 5. Start with an extra 10 food. Begin the war with an extra 10 life. Or start with an extra 6 gold. I'd rather have something that's like, my units do their jobs faster or something. That sounds like the ultimate boost of some kind. Like, getting more food is just going to help you on your first turn. I feel like I had always had food. So let's see what a detailed analysis of the battlefield means. Robin's calculator makes an appearance. I've been looking for that. Proceed at max comfort level 1? Sure. Okay, so can you be certain that the court is facing the correct direction this time? Of course, Your Majesty. Observe that the sun is now rising rather than setting. Very well. You'll suppose that your attempt to reach those signs again, although you'll doubt you'll find anything useful. Do I really get to do it? Wow, the demo's not over. So let's see, consult Robin's battle calculator? Yeah. Right, here's what the calculator says. There aren't many environmental hazards threatening to the court that I can see. As for the enemy, these ones are empty, so we don't need to worry about them. Based on the calculations, it looks like the court is pretty safe. If we wish to maintain this position, we could just move the court around without disturbing the rest of the battlefield until low tide arrives. Either way, that's all I have. Feel free to ask again if the battlefield situation changes. Okay. Well, no offense, Robin, but I don't think I'm going to pay for your calculator anymore, because I could have figured that out on my own. Inspect my units. Oh. I only have the farmer and the soldier again. Okay. Well, we're back to needing kind of everything, except for food, so let's start clearing some stuff out. This will be a good combo. A lot of enemy courts around. Feels like we should be able to do some kind of combo here. Not that one. Not that. That would combo with the woods as well. Oh my. I don't really want to be surrounded by this water. Wow, I did nothing comboed after getting rid of those 6 vertical tiles. I thought for sure we would get something for free. With the 2 rocks, 2 water, 2 rocks. But no. Well, we need to focus on the rocks for now. There's a little combo. More combos. But let me think about those units here, because 3 food, so 6, we would need 18 food right now, so just trying to keep everything balanced between first the soldiers. It's good that this field's right here, but they're gonna have a hard time getting anywhere to those enemy castles. They're all up too high, so let's do that, and that'll bring some stuff down. Yeah, and then do that, get rid of the water. We need to get rid of the castle to the left, the bottom corner castle, I think. I'm already running out of moves. Ideally, we would get a few more mountains as well, I think. How about Hmm. This corner is kind of crappy. Oh. Wait, so... Even the game actually... I mean, as long as it's not a combo, the game won't show you if you're gonna combo from something off screen or even on screen. But if you look here, moving this water to make a 3-tile water combo does like half of what we have left. But if I do this, which makes 5, it does a lot less. I was really hoping some castles would be in here. Oh man. Not really seeing anything that looks very good. Can move that there. No. Gosh dang it. Wow, moving the court costs a lot. This is pretty fun because it's like a puzzle game, but there's also no like set one correct answer. And it's RNG, so it's like there's no... This is pretty cool. Also, the mountains look like butts. That's just because we played the Scriptorium demo the other day. I get rid of that water. No. I'm trying to make it so my soldiers can get to more castles. But they're all spread around. There's nothing I can do with this left side. There's just nothing there. That's a lot of castles to the top right. Oh, man. I guess we're just gonna have to hope that they go to the right. I guess I could move over. I will move over, actually. Alright, let's try that. So let's open our chests. We have a few. Nice picture. So we can get the bird. We instantly get 10 wood. And a centaur archer. Offensive fairy attacks enemy courts from a distance, but bested by mountains. Okay, well, I don't see any reason not to take all of those things every time. So we got a bunch of wood, and yeah, the archer sounds awesome. He's stopped by mountains. Well, there's like no mountains around us at all. 4 food and 3 wood, though. So first, our farmers first, because they're gonna be getting us more food. Maybe that's too many. Whoops. God, I keep pressing the wrong undo. So, they don't have an offensive rating. Like, I don't know if a soldier is just as strong as an archer, and if the only difference is the archer has range, then... But we don't really need range, because we have a bunch of castles kind of right around us. So let's just do mainly a group of soldiers. And 1 archer to see if we can see what happens. So let's just start the battle. All my farmers are coming out. It does look like there's a limit to how many. Maybe 9 per tile. But then sometimes they walk away. We're beating up some castles. There's our archer. He's shooting at that one, so he can shoot at least one tile away. That's kind of like 2 tiles away. He's going diagonal, but he's still in this one. Okay, we got a few castles destroyed. But still, some of them went to the left. So I'm not really sure, like, what's happening on the overworld map there. Like, do I have any control over what's going on with that? New tile. Okay. Hell yeah. Thanks, developer. I feel like, it could have ended earlier, but then I would definitely be thinking, like, I'm not sure if I really got to know if I would enjoy it or not. Now I feel like, yeah, we're proper gaming now. So we need a lot of hills, actually. Which is unfortunate, because there's not that lot around on the field. Oh, and now there's still not a lot. So there's castles and, like, equidistant all around us. Oh, a tap on your shoulder. Robin points to the building in the distance. Your Majesty, that shop is neutral to this conflict. We strongly consider stocking up on supplies. That, of course, that's only if it stays in view. If it disappears during low tide, or before low tide, we'll have to wait until another one. I can check it now. You call into the shop to see what they have for sale. However, before you proceed, the lion on the shop asks if you understand how money works. No, I don't. You thought you understood a lot of things before your world shattered, and now you might as well understand nothing. Whoa, I don't need your life story, man. I just gotta know that. Make sure you know where money comes from. Let me explain. First thing you gotta know is where money doesn't come from. You're probably randomly used to getting stuff like blah, 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 during high tide, right? Well, that's not gonna work for money. Instead, you earn money by doing your job. You do have a job, right? You don't think you have a job. Oh, come on, I have caller ID, you know? You're a fancy fairy queen of the fancy fairy court fighting a fancy fairy war. That's totally a job. Have more confidence. So anyway, fairy queens usually earn money by defeating enemy castles on the battlefield. Just knock down those castles and money will pop out. Oh yeah, you can also get some money by selling stuff, maybe to us, but doing your job is a surefire method. Phew, now that I given you the talk, how about I tell you what we have on sale? Okay, so if they survive, you get to see what they have or you can see what they have in advance, and then when they survive, you can buy it. So a barracks, it's a structure. So it's not just the court, then, that you can build. You can have... This could be very complicated, then. Offensive structure produces 2 soldiers at the start of each battle. A wall presents vertical difficulty. A driller. Working defensive fairy gathers rocks from hills. Oh! That's awesome. Archer outpost. Defensive structure harasses passerbys or trade water at market prices. Wait, can I buy it right now? I don't think I can, right? Produces 2 soldiers, so you get 2 soldiers for 4 rocks. Oh wait, no, I'm paying 4 rocks now, and I get 2 soldiers, presumably repeatedly for every level that we are doing, which is the same as paying 6 food, 2 logs, and 2 rocks. Wait, yeah. I think I'd like to get the driller. Okay, yeah. The game chastised me, even though they also put the buy it button still available on this screen. I see, game. I see how it is. Okay. So we need that shop to survive. We need rocks still. And even if the shop survives and we're able to buy those drillers, we're not going to get rocks for this battle from those drillers. So we need to still focus on rocks. I'm not seeing a lot of combos. Yes. I still need to get rid of this one in the corner somehow. Maybe I shouldn't worry about it. Hmm. There's literally no way in one turn I could get any of these hills to combine. Actually, I was about to say, do I have any moves at all? I see two. Okay, let's do this. If I do that, we'd get food. The shop is a little in danger. Oh man, this sucks. Not a lot of options. I wonder if it's possible to clear the whole board in like one go, like the perfect turn. No, because the other things just reappear. So just there's not that many available moves. No combos. Nothing to do with no hills that we can get. We gotta keep the shop alive, I think. That's it. Not the best turns from me, but the shop is here. It's open! So let's buy that driller. I still have 5 coins, so we could buy an archer structure, or 2 free soldiers, or just water. Do I get to, let's, I'm curious at how a structure works. And actually, I can't afford the barracks, so let's buy the archer outpost. Where would you like to build the archer outpost? It can only be built on top of a forest. Oh, I can build it, like, far away from me. Okay, at the risk of it being destroyed, I'm going to build it up here. Actually, I'm going to build it over here. Okay. So we need our drillers. Let's just do 2 driller. Wait, how many? There are a handful of soldiers. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna assume that a driller is like as efficient as a farmer. So having just 2 doesn't really feel great, but we're running low on wood. We should go ahead and just summon farmers, because they're free, basically. They're the only one that costs water. And... actually... wait... Oops. Ah, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. So, undo that. Max out the drillers. Summon the farmers. And then we're gonna summon some faeries to try to help us. I don't think that's enough offensive, so let's get... I did it again. So let's get rid of one driller. Four fairies? And the archer tower? But the archer tower is kind of far. So he's going to fight that guy. I don't know. I don't know if that's offensive enough. And then we're going to have a problem with no wood. We'll have rocks. Okay, let's just see. So I have 4 fairies against their 5 soldiers, but we also have an archer tower. And the archer tower is not shooting anyone. Maybe he only shoots real people. So our people are gathering resources. The fairies are going out. Let's keep an eye on the tower. The enemies are spawning in. I think one of my fairies died. Oh god, the fairies die really fast. Also, the drillers were attacking. Uh-oh. Okay, now we took some damage there. But part of it was mitigated because the hills stopped those soldiers. Also, my archer tower's in the same spot. I didn't know that was going to happen. Is that a billboard in the middle of the battlefield? It's true. There appears to be a billboard of some sort among the scattered elements of the terrain. You go to the outer walls of the court to get a better look. You need law, says Robin. That thing gives me the creeps, Your Majesty, as if we're about to be sued just by looking at it. You agree. It might be best to look away, lest you draw some unwanted legal attention. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. So we survived, took a little bit of damage, and we have some rocks, no wood, and no water, which is bad, because every unit takes wood more than rocks, so... Now I've learned also that my archer tower... Oh, you can move them around. But I've learned that my archer tower's kind of in a bad spot. But I'm guessing he's going to get shuffled around when we move stuff. So let's get this forest. We can... Now there's not a lot of forests. Do this. That'll combo the... Oh. Okay, never mind. Oh. Another structure wades into view in the distance. You suppose this is another... Look, Your Majesty, a temple of market. Should you wish to pay your respects, it only needs stay in view until low tide, correct? Correct. Your brilliance continues to blind. Market forbids trading during high tide, but you can ask their forecasters to predict the future. Oh, it's a resource exchange. Oh, for money, though. Oh. I don't have a lot of that. Also, we're surrounded by a lot of water. I guess it's all to the south of us, though. Maybe it's okay. We need to get some wood. And that seems to be impossible. No! Here, and then there, and then... not gonna have any money to buy any wood or anything. Let me look at my units again. Maybe this time we might have to just go with soldiers. I think fairies might have been weaker than a soldier. Or a bird, I should say a bird. Wait, it says offensive. So maybe the birds are better for going after unmanned castles. Like they can just fly to far away ones and do some damage really quick. I guess we do need some water now that I'm starting to pay more attention again. That's a lot of castles around me. Still need more wood. Okay, I accidentally got rid of some of the castles around me. No! Oh, there's even more castles now. And I still don't have that much wood. I have so much stone now. I could get rid of these castles, and then it could become more of like a defensive level. Also, wait a second. What? The game has... It's calculating the temperature and how many people have died? Why? What? What is that? It can't be units. There's no way I bought 11 units before. I don't know. Maybe it is. Oh, but I don't want to get rid of those woods. That has the resource thing in it. But wait, the resource thing is useless to me because I don't have any gold. Wow, that's a lot of castles. Arguably, that might be too many castles. Too many castles. Oh, here's some wood. A wood combo. And then... yeah, let's do that. Okay, now... so we'll have some farmers go to the right, and then... this castle. I would like this castle to go away. But I cannot. There's some woods up there. What a terrible combo. But it's kind of nice. All my soldiers are going to go towards one direction to the north. That's going to make that one fall. Then they'll be touching to... here? That's going to bring them all closer. It's also... wait. It's also going to move the water down one. Then there'll be two castles to the north and to the northwest. The water will be to the northeast. But still has a path for us to go up. Okay. This is about to be our last turn. And I'm still weak on the wood. A lot of water around us. But it's not blocking off any paths to these castles. So then we might as well go for a little bit extra food? Or wait, food here? Food here. Now that's gonna mess up what I've somewhat carefully created. Okay, just there. Alright. Okay. So, the market. I have 1 coin. That means I could buy 2 wood. Well, I guess it helps. So our archer should start shooting at some of these guys and these ones to help us, and maybe that guy. We want farmers right away. I'm not gonna worry about the driller this time. Actually, oh, wait a second. Okay. I just started understanding something. So, this time we actually want soldiers to go out first. Because they have more time to destroy stuff. And I think I'd like to try a mix of fairies and soldiers again. More soldiers than fairies, and then the rest can be farmers. Okay. That seems good, except that now I'm still in the, I'm stuck with no food and too much stone and not enough wood. So, if I had like a lumberjack unit, then we'd be in good shape. It'd be great to have like a farmer, driller, lumberjack of some kind, and then, your soldier, and maybe a ranged soldier. So for your 5 units. So, but that seems good. Start the battle. The fairies are going out, and they start destroying the castles right away. That's actually going to get rid of 1 guy that would have spawned. Actually, 2 guys that would have spawned. So that archer is shooting at him. Right there, it took 3 shots to kill him, but he doesn't shoot buildings, which is kind of a letdown. And yeah, my soldiers... Okay, 1 of them died, but... they are doing pretty good work this time, clearing the board. We actually almost got the whole thing. Oh, so close. You know what would be nice, maybe? To see some... Oh. And now, the court finds itself surrounded by catapults. To be perfectly precise, those appear to be trebuchets. Who asked? Given that trebuchets are a subcategory of catapult, you don't see any reason why you can't just call them catapults. Very well, my queen. I shall retreat in the face of your overflowing wisdom. That's a lot of catapults. Wait, are they enemy catapults? Matches with all... Wait, matches with all... Tower. Oh, they are enemy catapults. I thought I could use them for some reason. Fires from a distance but is blocked by hills. What is that symbol beside the hill? Decently flammable. Well, we haven't unlocked fire yet. 1 second, let me get a drink. Okay, so... Oh, let's see what her calculator has to say about the catapults. These catapults look like they'll miss the court, so we can ignore them. These catapults will hit the court, so we might want to perform evasive actions. As for the enemy, there aren't any enemy castles on the field right now. Huh, that's rare. Based on my calculations, say the court is currently in considerable peril. I trust your majesty has a solid plan for these threats. If not, we might be cooked. Either way, that's all I have. Feel free to ask again if the battlefield situation changes. You thank Robin for this information. So we could have asked her at the end to see how she feels we're going to do. But I mean, I can't help but notice there's clearly two sets of catapults that could be merged together right away. We need wood and water. Or we need to surround ourselves by mountains. That sounds a lot harder than what I just said, so why don't we start by... Actually, moving down would probably be safest, right? Nah, let's just clear the catapults first, I think. So they are clearable. A strange building comes into view. As you observe it, the phone in your office rings. Hey, hey, Titanium Court, Your Majesty? I'm calling from the Glass House. Yeah, we sell potions. As our name suggests, we firmly oppose the act of throwing stones in any and all forms. Therefore, we'd like to offer our full support to the Titanium Court in your campaign against those stone-throwing trebuchets. To start, here's a pro tip, free of charge. Hills will block projectiles fired by catapults. Just surround your court with hills and you'll be safe. And if that doesn't work, we sell a variety of instant-use potions that you can use to deal with the threat. Give us a call sometime, we'd be happy to help. Who was it, Your Majesty? You explained that it was a telemarketer, albeit one whose pitch might prove useful. Wow, rare. But, can I buy it now? We can't sell potions during high tide. Want to set something on fire? Our potions are alarmingly capable of doing just that. The potion of geology can make mountains out of molehills and other terrain. This potion of flood endurance ensures a flood wherever it lands, or statistically, a potion of teleport is the best way to travel. Wait, that one costs 5 food. We should do that. We should arrange the mountains in such a way that we'll be able to teleport behind them, maybe. I see more catapults to get rid of, but you know, I guess if you're getting rid of catapults, you're maybe not getting resources, so that's pretty interesting to think about. Not a lot of combos are visible to me right now. And we don't need stone. We need to clear out this water. But water just gives you food, actually, so maybe we don't need to worry about the water. Wood is way more important, actually, yes. Wood, really important. Get rid of these catapults. There's some wood. And some water. Didn't need it, but I'll take it. Okay, now there's only a handful of catapults on the field. Is my archer tower gonna do anything? Now I wish I would have got the wall, actually. I didn't know. I guess I didn't think if it was gonna persist through the campaign or not. But actually, yeah, if I, like, wait. If I teleported myself, down here, we would be totally safe from everything. Or, like, over there, even. I do want to try the teleport potion. So maybe we should just focus on getting resources for the next level. We don't even have to worry about this level. There's no trees anywhere! Why? 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 You know what though? I'm glad that the game isn't suggesting moves for me, because that would make me mad, you know? I mean, it can be a toggleable thing to get a hint, but I don't want hints. I don't want hints from the game. I'll take hints from chat. Almost at any time. Teehee. What? So... I don't want to disrupt what's in the bottom right corner. But man, there's not a lot of moves. Okay, time to just make a move and see what happens. Man, I just cannot get the wood on the field. Maybe I do have to do that. We still have the left side with some mountains we can hide behind. Oh. Now I'm already decently protected from the catapults. Except this one. But maybe my soldiers can get that one. If I move this here, that catapult will be diagonal from me, which would be bad. Oh, there's more forest that has appeared. Okay, now there's a lot of mountains all around. Let's get a calculation. So those ones will miss. That one's gonna hit. As for the enemy, there aren't any, and we're in a small amount of peril. If we wish to maintain this position, we could just move the court without disturbing the rest of the battlefield. If I moved it there, would that stop that one from hitting me? But then maybe the ones above me could hit me. No, don't do that. Maybe we just need to find a safe swap to make, like here. Okay, yeah, let's look at that calculator again. Just the one, so it's all the same. She did say something a little different that time. Let's do that again. As for the enemy, it's rare, based on a small amount of peril. Of course, depending on how we deploy our own units, these threats may prove inconsequential. Right. First, though, let's... I don't think we need to buy the teleport potion now, but we can buy... We could make a mountain out of something. But we don't really need to do that. I've ended up in a decent spot, so... we want... If it's just the one, and all the other catapults are too far away for my guys to go after, like, how about 2 soldiers? Some drillers and farmers. Okay, I'm hoping that 2 soldiers is enough. I'm kind of doing an economy round. Okay, we got that one. The rest of them are shooting. They're all missing. My other soldiers, they're not going to be able to get any other trebuchets, but we're going to get a good amount of resources. Be nice if maybe you got wood from destroying the trebuchets. Like, I need more wood. Hey, you got one. They got one. They got two. Good job, lads. Okay. The catapults continued their assault, although you note that there are now slightly fewer of them hanging around. That seems like more than before. Oh, and all the potion house is still there. Well, if I would have known that there were going to be more, maybe I would have bought the fire potion now, but too late. Well, we can get rid of some there, or we could do it there. That's going to be a water and then mountain combo. Okay, that was a lot of stuff that just comboed. So let's see, we do that. No, we do this. No, but we need more wood still. Wood's the priority. Maybe we get rid of some of these catapults that are around. I just noticed there's two of them on both sides of my castle. Oh god. Well, maybe this time we'll buy the teleport potion. If I do that there... Oh, wait, no, wait a second. Oh, that's not me moving diagonally, actually. Okay, never mind. So that goes there, and then the water would slide down. The two forests would also slide down, but so would the one here. Is that a... No, that's not a combo. Try that. Oh, it's a lot of catapults. Okay, we're getting some mountains on the field. Kind of blocking all the ones in the top half of the field, it feels like. These ones down here, oh, okay, the one on the right is more of a higher priority. You can, if you click and hold, you can see which one it is in the list of units. So this one is the second trebuchet that's gonna attack us. This one's one of the later ones. I can't tell my units which one to go after, but I guess if it was my last turn and I wanted to do this, that would help me attack the one that's going to attack us sooner, more reliably. There's a forest combo there. It's kind of splitting my mountains up. I kind of like this little thing that's happening. Do it. This This one is also kind of confusing. Here's a combo, double combo. Now we can teleport right here and be pretty safe from all the trebuchets, I'd say. I could... Actually, there's almost not a lot that I can do unless we get rid of some mountains. I could do that. Now, there's legitimately nothing I can do to these bottom rows at all, I don't think. But you know, if we're safe, then we don't have to worry about killing them. We'll just want to kill them, but for like money. Okay, I'm gonna do these mountains over here because I can't see anything else to do. That's just giving us more nothingness. Oh wait, here. That helps, I guess. Well, that takes the rest of my turn. No, don't do that. There's actually no way to end it early either if you wanted to. Kind of interesting. I suppose I could always just move, but if I do that, that actually means we won't be able to get to this trebuchet anymore. But if I'm gonna teleport, maybe it doesn't matter what I do. No, wait, no. So I was gonna say, if I'm gonna teleport, I should do that then and block myself off. But then you have to match up. So it's either get rid of some mountains. That's pretty much it. It's like, that's pretty much it. Okay, so if we move up there though, this one will be able to shoot us. I think we would want to move there? No, because then that one can shoot us. We move there, but then that one can shoot us, but that's the last one that's gonna move. Actually, I don't know where to teleport to. Oh. So if I move here, then some of the ones on the top right are going to be able to get me. Actually, they already can get me. If I move there, we cannot move there because then we're blocking our troops from getting that one that's causing us problems. If we move here, there's still the one on the left that can get us. Now, I might not have done a good job defending ourselves after all. So there's only a few directions we can move. If we move here, we'd be able to get to the one that can hit us, but then there's another one that can hit us, and the ones on the top right can hit us, so that's no good. If we move here, we're blocking ourselves from that one. That's no good. If we move here, we're still being shot at from too many directions. If we teleport to here, that might be our best bet. Oh, if we teleport there, these water tiles, we won't be able to get to these unless my troops just decide to cross the mountain. But hopefully they'll decide to go south and go after those ones instead. So then we should move you there so you're slightly closer to for my soldiers when I teleport. I hope. So now we buy the teleport potion. And I want to go there. And it's swamped with the water, which luckily didn't screw us over. And now the calculation. So, yeah, every catapult except for the one to the south can hit us now. And that's the one that's going to be attacking later. Right? Yeah, that's the one it's attacking a little bit later. Maybe we'll be able to kill it in time. So let's get our units. We can do... Yeah, we're just going to have to do some soldiers. And then the rest farmers. Wait. Not all... Wait, maybe one driller. Just one. Yes. I don't know how much of a difference one soldier's gonna be. So if my soldiers go the wrong direction, we're screwed. If they go the right direction, we win. They're doing it. They're doing the right thing. Hooray! They got the one. All the other trebuchets. So they only shoot once, I guess. The trebuchets. Where are they going? They decided this one to the north was better to go after. Oh, never mind. They went after this one instead. They'll probably get both of these. Nice. Like a cat knocking something off. This game is awesome. The tide washes away the last of the catapults. You appear to have weathered the storm. The threat of the catapults now eliminated, the glass house pulls up next to the court, and you receive another phone call. The salesman offers congratulations for your victory and asks if there's any further service or any further assistance he might provide. You answer immediately, asking if he knows a way for you to return home. Oh, definitely. Let's pull over somewhere and I'll draw you a map. Really? Oh, we're in the store! The salesman shows you the map and explains the directions. Okay, so you've seen this before, right? You have, but no one has offered an explanation for any of it. You assumed it was some sort of map. Hey, it kinda is, but it changes every day, so I'd like to say it's really more of a weather report. But it's pretty simple. Each of these rows is a battle. Within a given row, each column is a battlefield. Do you follow? Yeah, so there's like 5 battles for this section, and... Okay, I don't get what you mean by the columns. No, I don't. You'll figure it out. But more importantly, did you know that you can choose from 3 potential battlefields before every battle? No, I did not know that. Anyway, here's where you're at right now, smack in the middle of a war. To get home, you're first going to have to make it to the end, which is right up here. Is that a dragon egg? Before or after the dragon? After, of course. But making it to the end isn't enough. After that, you'll need to make an exit. Make an exit. Given the abstract nature of movement through the tide, would he be willing to elaborate on that? Oh yeah, it's confusing, right? These routes were conjured back in the 60s. Everyone was hopped up on an allegory or something. Around here, making an exit means you gotta concisely leave the path that you're on. You know, like, gotta fundamentally change as a person. Okay. This might be a long shot, but does he have any specific advice for how you might do that? Preferably in a safe and non-traumatizing way. Do I ever? Your Majesty, that's our specialty. He sweeps his arms back to reveal a shelf of bottles under a marquee that reads love potions. Is he attempting to make a joke? Not at all. Nothing changes a person more than love. Okay, you take a deep breath. If his love potions function like those described in stories, i.e., forcing an individual to fall in love with a person otherwise they have no interest in, then you have absolutely no interest in them. Your Majesty, with all due respect, that's messed up. I don't sell anything like that. You've been hearing some weird rumors, huh? I blame my competition. Please, let me set the record straight. My potions cannot create love from nothing. They merely expand the love that already exists within you. Seeing your shoulders relax a bit, he continues with his pitch. Now, if you're new to love potions, I definitely recommend starting small. He pulls a potion off the shelf, like this one, full of love for something called baseball. This one's great for beginners. The effects are really mild. Drink it and you'll end up liking this baseball just a bit more than you already do. That's it. You suppose that sounds relatively harmless. If he also thinks it will help you return home, you might as well give it a try. Perfect. Oh, come on, put your wallet away. I'm not going to charge you for it, just take it. And so you return to the court with a new map of war and a single complimentary potion of liking baseball. I gotta look up who made this game after this. Now you have a certain idea of what you're looking at here. Based on what the salesman told you, this is either this is either a map or a weather report. Either way, the important thing is that you can choose what upcoming battlefield to traverse. Which battlefield should the court traverse? So... Oh, okay, so there's extra hills, which give you bonus rocks, like snow-capped hills. But it doesn't have any water, which means you're not going to get any more food than what you have now. And you won't have any water for the upcoming level either. But it has a market to maybe buy some water. And it has centaurs and goons. I don't know what the heck a goon is, but a centaur presumably is a fast melee unit. Then the woods we could go to. Ice Boom, hello. Welcome to some more demos. This one is called Titanium Court, and it would be a bit hard to explain everything now, but it is essentially a roguelike puzzle game where you mix and match tiles to get resources to fight battles on the tiles. Actually, I guess it was pretty easy to describe, but it's full of a really interesting charm and has a very cool world. It's like a world where there's royal courts, but also telephones and law billboards, dragons apparently, centaur archers and fairies, but also talking cats. It's like a weird mix of fantasy and just normal modern day life, but also medieval time life. And somehow it all feels consistent. Also, sometimes when you kill people, you see images of home runs and slam dunks, and like it's pretty weird. It's a pretty great game. We're pretty far into the demo right now, so you're about to see all the tutorials kind of combined into one, I guess. So if we move to this tile, there's different colored woods this time, which means, and I'm guessing that the woods can still combine with the normal woods. So you can get extra wood from here, which would be great, and it doesn't have any fields, but that's okay, because we can still get water, which we need for farmers, on the fields, and I already have a ton of food. It has a shop, so we could buy more units, but we don't need that, I don't think. And it has boats and goons. Again, I don't know what a goon is. This one has better fields. It has chests and knights and goons, and then that's just if I want to see my units. So I think I'm going to go for this one, because we need wood the most. This one still has water, so on the next tile, we'll be able to use farmers and get our food back, even though this one doesn't have food. So let's go. Okay. So there's one of the enemies in a pirate cove. Matches with all castles. Okay, what's this signpost? Dripping with symbolism. Okay, okay. So yeah, the way the game works is that you move tiles, and you have to move a tile to make a matching set of 3. So in this case, I'm moving the sign down, and we have 3 matching hills. But then if you look in this bar here, it's that's how you know when the round is over, whenever your bar reaches 0. So I could make this move and it would take that much energy. But if I were to do this and then it combo with something else, then I'm going to get some of that energy back as kind of like a reward for playing smartly, I guess. I don't think that these woods match for wood does not match with summer woods, because I was going to say here's a thing of 4 and they're not combining, which is bad. So we need wood, the most important out of anything. So I'm actually going to ignore some of these mountains. But I'd also like to get rid of some of these gunboat guys because they scare me. There are a lot of trees around, but I'm kind of... Okay, so we could do this. No, wait. Actually, yeah, do that. And then now we can do these woods. And... If I do that, that's just going to move all those down. That's not really that great. Oh, I could go here. That gets rid of some of those. Oh! Okay, we had some combos. Could do that. But no. But anyways... Stay focused on the wood. The shop is here. Oh yeah, wait. Another sign, another potential cultural misunderstanding. It's a teeter-totter. Or children at play sign. Incredible! A sign that predates written language is comprised entirely of a hieroglyph. I must say, it's a remarkable condition for something so old, but what could it mean? Given the symbol, the scales tilting in the favor of one individual, it's clear that this sign indicates the presence of social inequality within its vicinity. Is that so? How kind of this ancient civilization to offer a warning so we might avoid it. Avoid it? The court is literally a monarchy. Yes, well, the sign is there for a reason, wouldn't you say? Is it? I didn't tell me what the sign's for at all. And I love it. Don't know what that's for, but you know, oh, we could do this to get rid of some enemies. I'm kind of surrounded by mountains, actually. Let's get rid of the mountains. It might be the wrong reason, but it's there. Yep. Good thing, you know, my court, they're trying their best. But yeah, like apparently we live in this world of castles and keeps, but also gunboats and like children at play signs that have lost their true meaning, which means, you know, it's been so long that it's not common knowledge what that sign means anymore. There's no way for me to place what time period this game takes place in. It's its own wonderful thing. I'd hate to get rid of the shop. I have a lot of enemies around me, and still not a lot of wood. What does the shop have in it? Oh, a flood. All fields become water. That's crazy. Oh, a lumberjack! We need that. Oops. We need the lumberjack. We can't buy it yet, though. An archer knight. Defensive fairy guards your court with arrows. Increased range from atop hills. That's awesome. And a centaur stopped by hills. So probably stronger than a soldier, but... yeah, I wish that the game had attack, like the attack power level of these units. Because, like, how am I supposed to know, you know, is a centaur and an archer centaur, do they have the same strength, and the only difference is that one has range? Well, then if you compare it to an archer knight, you know, is a archer centaur faster than an archer knight? It's kind of hard to know. But you can't buy units until it's time to start the battle. We have to keep this tile of the forest on the board to gain access to buying stuff from it. Although I'm tempted to kill it. But I'd be killing it for wood, which feels counterintuitive because we're going to buy it to make wood, so... All of my autumn forests are kind of split up everywhere, but... Actually, let's... Yeah, let's do... No, wait, let's do this. Yeah. And then... That? There's so many forests, and yet they're not comboing. Oh, here? That's even more wood. We just need even more wood. There's a lot of enemies around me. Get rid of some of them. Oh. Nice combos. We could get rid of those 3 guys there. Then we'd really be kind of nice and safe. I'm going to do that. Okay. Now we're nice and safe. We're even surrounded by 3 mountains, so people are going to have a hard time reaching us. They're all up at the top of the board. Not seeing any way to get more woods. Actually not really seeing anything at all. I could do that. That's going to move some of those guys down towards us. I don't want that to happen. That's kind of the only move. I can do that. That's going to move the gunboat guys down beside of each other, though. I don't want that. Actually, wait. Do that. That still spawned more enemies. Because they had some gunboat guys that could swim down this way, and I don't know if they have access to me or not. Let's check the battle calculator. Maybe this was a good pick after all. Right, here's what my calculator says. There aren't any environmental hazards threatening the court. As for the enemy, these ones are deploying units. I can give you a more detailed analysis. Yes. This one can't attack the court under current conditions. I think it's because it's too far away. That one can. If it doesn't deploy its units until roughly halfway through the battle, so at least we'll have some time to prepare. That one can't attack us either, so that one can. So a lot of them can, but they have to walk so far. So yeah, she's saying the court is pretty safe right now. So then we should just focus on getting wood. Which, I can't. I can't get any. Dang it! There's some. And that was our last turn. So, there's kind of like 2 phases, so now we're in the battle prep phase. So let's buy that lumberjack, which means we have to sell I'm gonna sell the Centaur Archer. Buy the Lumberjack guy. Wait, what? Okay, you only do one thing at a time. So yeah, sell that guy. And then buy the Lumberjack guy. Can I move them around? No. Well, that makes me a little sad on the inside. Okay, so now we have a good amount of food and stone. Not a lot of wood, but enough. There's no fields on the map, so we don't have to worry about spawning farmers. And really, though, my units are going to have a hard time getting to these places. So with that in mind, we're going to want to use faeries, because they can fly. Like a lot of faeries? That could get me a lot of gold. Maybe not that many. Because we want... Oops, I keep pressing the wrong button. Not that many, because we need some lumberjacks and some drillers. But lumberjacks are cheap. And they only cost food. How do you get food? From fields? From farmers? Which needs water? So we... I just feel like we have too much stone right now. We actually don't... Maybe we don't need the drillers. I keep pressing the wrong button! Yeah, no drillers. More faeries. And some lumberjacks. It'd be great if I could have... Oh, that might have been an idea. Would be to get instead of a ranged and melee unit, maybe you get a unit that primarily takes food and logs, and another unit that takes primarily food and stone. That way you're balancing out your costs. But I mean, this is kind of the biggest army I've ever made with all those faeries. So, go, my faeries! Kill them all! We get to fly right over everything. They do kind of split themselves up a little bit, but some faeries are attacking a soldier and they die. We've lost 2 faeries to 1 soldier. But we got 2 enemy keeps. The gunboat is destroying my faeries. But it doesn't matter, I guess, too much, because they don't survive between maps, so... Not bad. We got 12 wood. We cleared almost the whole board for a good chunk of gold. And now we have one last set of levels before we get to the dragon's lair. For a boss fight, apparently. There are wormholes in this level. Oh, good. I have an idea. Let's not go to the wormhole level. What is that? Oh. What is that? Knight's Keep. Oh, produces defensive knights. Okay, the game says it's time to amp it up, apparently. But we do need some water because we need food. And this one has a hospital. I don't know what that does. Probably good though. So, and there's only boats and goons, which we're used to fighting. Let's go here. So the water. Is there just more water? Or is there a difference in water? Pirate Cove. I thought some of them were for 2 water. Food's pretty important. Yeah, we're gonna be raking in the food because all you gotta do is put a farmer on a field tile, or you can line up 3 or more to get a certain amount of food. So let's see. So we move this water down. That's 4. We got a combo. And the hospital is spawned. So it'll sell me health back. I did take a little bit of damage earlier. Healthy fluid, receive hearts whenever you gather water until the drip is done. What does that mean? What do you mean until the drip is done? What does that mean? Whatever. Oh, but you know, I just realized I might have made a mistake. Because you can't get food from your farmers unless, like, they have to work, and I'll get food on the next battle, not this one. So it's actually more important for us to get the fields in this level for now. And I may need to get rid of some of these enemies. Irek, what up? Welcome. Time for some cool demos. This one, I think you should check this one out. I think you all should check this one out. We're like waist chest high deep. We're past knee deep into trying to explain stuff, but this one is a roguelike tile matching game that the true beauty of lies in how surreal and weird it is. It has, I can't even describe. It's like, here's some things that stand out. Like, when you kill an enemy castle, there'll be like a pixelated pop-up of a guy doing a slam dunk or a home run, or like sports related imagery. Just doesn't make any sense. I saw a dog, like a dog catch a frisbee, and the window of the image went like, like up and around the air, like the dog actually kind of jumped and got the frisbee. But we're in the Titanium Court, we're the queen of the court. We, you know, there's like dragons and archers and castle keeps, but there's also gunboats and ferries and safes and hospitals and lawyers and billboards, and like, it's just all over the place in the best way. Loop Hero without the hero. I actually didn't play Loop Hero, but I remember watching people play it, and I was like, dude, this looks pretty cool. This game is awesome, and it's also a resource management kind of game. But I think the only important thing to know is when you move a tile, you have to align at least 3, and you can see in this bar here that it's going down. When you match more than 3, or you combo, you have a chance to gain some of that bar back. But once that bar hits 0, the map solidifies, and then you do the battle based on what's on the map, right? Different terrain affects your movement. You can even, like, if we want to, we could match these 3 enemies and get rid of the enemies. Sometimes that could be really good, like this square has 2 enemies, but sometimes they don't have any enemies. But, you know, like these ones can only travel on water. So actually, these guys, even though there's 2 of them, aren't a threat to me at all, unless it gets shuffled around and they can swim to me. Like this guy is a threat. But yeah, tons of death, and yet it's very simple. It's almost all RNG, but then there are like buildings that can spawn, like this hospital, that if I keep it, and when the bar runs out, I can buy stuff from the hospital, or from the store, or from whatever. It's seriously so good. I hope that I can see Northern Line playing this one for sure. I feel like if it makes it to his computer, he'll check it out, probably. But we need food. That's what our current run is in need of. This is also only the first demo. This one has been a bit of a long one, but I don't want to rush through any of them. I like taking my time. I think I'm going to risk it for the biscuit, get rid of these 3 units. No, wait, because they're kind of safe. It's okay that they're there. So let's move everything down, get rid of this water. Okay, not a lot of sexy comboing from that one. Also, I'm surrounded by mountains. Oops. Let's not be surrounded by mountains anymore. Hmm. Now, if I do that... No, I can do that. Then I could do... Wait, this could be better. I'm actually really well protected now from all the soldiers because they can't cross over water. So at any time, I chose this item at the beginning of the run, Robin's Battle Calculator, which is basically just like a tutorial. So she'll analyze the field. There's no environmental hazards. But for the enemies, those ones are deploying units. And yeah, let's walk and talk. That one can reach me. It's deploying units early in the battle, right? You can see which building is going to spawn the units as this bar goes down. Because when you start the battle, it goes down. It'll make more sense in a minute. This one doesn't deploy until halfway through. That one can attack the court. And I don't know if my guys can reach that guy. Because he's on water. I just realized that. But at least my archer tower is still there from a long time ago. That one can reach us and that one can reach us, but they're really far away. And apparently the court is in considerable peril. I like that every time my character it thanks Robin for the information. It's very polite of them. So, okay, back to focusing here. We need to get more food and maybe get rid of some of these guys in the bottom left corner. So if I do that, that's going to bring it all down. Not going to combo that food there. If I could do that, not the best kind of combo though. We could do this. No. Let's just get some cheap food, I guess. There. And then... here? Alright. We're running out of turns. And I'm surrounded by water. Which could be a good... Actually, that could be a good thing. I'm just not going to make a lot of money this turn. I have a lot of money, though. Maybe this is okay. Let's not mess with the water around my keep. That's my last turn. Oh, God. I couldn't get any more food than this? That's not enough. Ah, no, no. Alright, I guess do that. Okay. So the map's solidified. I'm not gonna buy anything from the house. Actually, maybe we should go ahead and buy some. That's just, actually, wait, that just increases my max health. That doesn't heal me. So let's get this one then. Oh, and so it heals up to 10. Okay, every time we gather water. So we won't heal any this turn, but on the next one we can. The storage unit remains locked. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, like, yeah, in this game of medieval castles and courts and blah, 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 like, sometimes there's just storage units that we've rented in the past, apparently. I don't... okay. But we need farmers, for sure. We also need to figure out who's the most dangerous around us. Let's check the calculator again really quick. So that one can attack us. It says that it can attack us, but I don't think that the game is actually calculating the path that these guys are going to take. Like, this guy will not reach us. There's just no way. I kind of regret getting rid of my archers now. But okay. So, We do want to deploy the farmers first because they're gonna get more food that way. I would summon the fairies, but I feel like they're gonna die. But also, what if the soldiers can't reach the boat? Then they will die. So, oh, I can only summon one fairy. We're actually so screwed. I'm in trouble. Summon a bunch of farmers. And a lumberjack and just pray that my archer and this one fairy can win. Oh, wait. The gunboat doesn't spawn until a lot later, so maybe the fairy will destroy the building before he appears? And my archer will kill the other two guys before he can kill my fairy, please? There he goes. Oh my god. Okay, the archer's shooting at the thing. They're attacking my tower. Uh-oh. The gunboat. It's not been destroyed yet. It spawned! Okay, home run. We got it. He shot us once. That's acceptable. I'm okay with that. So yeah, and then these other guys, they're not going to be able to make it to us. Nice. So now, it's time for the last level. Or maybe the demo's going to cut us off. As the court moves motionlessly across the void, it suddenly encounters a neighbor. Your courtiers cry out in alarm. You spy a great dragon soaring above his lair in the distance. The legendary apex predator opens his mouth and addresses the court. Here's what he says. That's an iguana. But before he could say anything, one of your courtiers approaches you nervously. Your Majesty? Yes? Well, well, don't say it. Don't tell me it's the end of the demo. What is it? Can't they see this is a bad time? Well, you've overstayed your what? What are they trying to tell you? Allow me. The fairies of the court are attempting to tell you that you've completed the demo. No. Wait, it's done? What about the dragon? Don't worry, your save file can be carried over to the full version of the game should you choose to purchase it. You'll be able to pick up exactly where you left off. Okay, but you'll probably have forgotten how most of this works by then. We won't make you leave or anything. They won't, but I will. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed the full game once it's available. Curse you, tooltip description. No! But what a fantastic and very cool demo. I am going to wishlist it. Okay, wait, that opened it up in my browser. But that was Titanium Court by A.P. Thompson. A magnificently art-directed game in tons of ways. I basically spent the whole demo praising them, so I encourage you all to give it a try. It's probably a lot more complicated than what we just saw here, and apparently there's bosses, and I do feel like there is kind of a story going on where, I mean, at least you're trying to get back home. So very cool demo. The link will be in the description for YouTube friends. And it's already been a 3-hour demo. Well, I shouldn't complain then. It's a pretty beefy demo. So thank you very much, A.P. Thompson, for Titanium Court. And with that, we will go back to the desktop. We will be picking another demo to start with soon. But thank you all for watching Titanium Court. And I will get the next one going for us in a moment.